I've seen a lot of videos recently on this app talking about like crate training, whether it's from like dog trainers teaching you how to like crate train your dog, like crate games and stuff, or like people talking about the struggles that they have with crate training. And I feel like I never really had that big of a problem with crate training Finn. It was actually one of the first things that Finn and I worked on because he was a puppy. He was like 6 months old and he had to be in a crate because I didn't trust him at all. I barely knew him and I knew puppies had to go in a crate. So that's what I did. And I want to say like the first month he probably cried every single time, every single night that he was in a crate. But it didn't bother me that much, and I did let him cry it out. And the good news is that I was at a point in time where I was just taking Finn out every 2 hours to pee. So I never took any of his cries as like needing to go to the bathroom. And I think at the time he also had a UTI and he just really wasn't potty trained yet. Looking back, this is really bad advice, but I did take it. I was watching Frankie to the Moon prior to getting Finn. It's what made me want an Australian Shepherd. I know, bad move. But he basically said every time his dog whined in the crate, he would just tap it. And I know, that sounds ridiculous. It sounds counterproductive. It sounds mean, a little bit, even. But I did that. I started doing it, and Finn stopped whining. And that's also how I solved his car anxiety, but his whininess in the car with his crate. And I know you're probably thinking, that doesn't fix the feelings that they have behind the crate. Well, Finn didn't have any feelings about being in the crate and being in the car. He just whines to whine. He'll whine to go outside. He'll whine if he's on place for too long, and that means like 5 minutes. He just is a whiner. So knowing that now and knowing that, hey, the tap meant you were not supposed to whine and he can fall asleep in a crate, he's perfectly fine now sleeping in the crate during the day, during nighttime. Like, the only time he's not cool with it is if we're in a new area and he cries because he feels unsafe. But he's fine. It's not because he doesn't like the crate. It's because he's like, where the heck am I? So me tapping the crate was like my version of saying no. And now doesn't whine in the crate in the car, and he hasn't ever whined in the crate since he was like 7 months old at home. So that's my tip.